everybody, and this is Wing Reviews, and we're back reviewing The End of Oak Street. It's a brand new movie that came out a couple weeks ago. I had been hearing about this movie throughout the year, but it didn't really wind up on my anticipated movie list, where movies that like a Spider-Man that I've got to see it this year. And last night on a whim, I really wanted to go see a movie. And the movie that I chose was The End of Oak Street. I could have went and chosen Insidious, which I did not go to. I will not probably see Insidious in theaters. And the simple fact is outside of the first two, I haven't really seen none of the other sequels, and I don't really want to go in blind. Nor do I have the time really to catch up on all the other ones. It's something I still may do, but right now it just really isn't in the cards. But anyway, I went and seen this movie last night, and it stars Ewan McGregor and Anne Hathaway. And I got to really say that I enjoyed this movie. It's pretty much about a family that goes to sleep one night, and while they're asleep, this, I don't know if it's a comet or something, but something sweet takes this big plot of land. It looks like about 4 or 5 blocks anyway of a neighborhood back in the 80s. And it's pretty much, it switches it with the exact same plot of land from back in prehistoric times. And what happens is the family wakes up. The family's a little broken. There's a lot of tension between Anne Hathaway's character and Ewan McGregor's character at the beginning. You could tell that it's a marriage that just really ain't working all that well. And they wake up, and then they slowly start to figure out that something ain't right. And that goes kind of in one of my first pros of the movie, is that even though we know going in it's dinosaurs, they don't fully expound upon that immediately. It isn't, they wake up, they look outside, here's a here's a here's a triceratops walking by. It doesn't do that. It actually, they kind of go a little bit of a slasher route, and almost a little bit with you. You see the bustling bushes and stuff like that, and then they slowly start to do the big reveal. Now, if this was a movie that the marketing hid the fact that there's dinosaurs in it, I think that would have had a bigger punch than it did. Don't get me wrong, it was very cool, very enjoyable as far as, when you finally get the full scope of the dinosaurs. But I think if the marketing would have kept it quiet and had kind of did the Sinners route, where it's something supernatural in Sinners, but you didn't quite know it was vampires until you got there. You had your suspicions, but they didn't say, here it is. I think that would have been a really good holy crap moment in the theaters had they'd have held on to that a little bit. But I digress. It's not a breaking moment, but they do not spare no expense when it comes to these dinosaurs. The CGI, very top notch, very good CGI. And the dinosaurs, when they attack, it isn't like quick cut kills. It's when, after they discover that there's dinosaurs and they're running through the neighborhood, unnamed neighbor who don't matter A comes out and says, I heard gunshots. And then you just see this dinosaur just come and just grab her head. And it's that quick and that sudden. And I like that stuff when I like movies that shock you. And that just shocked you. And it's very interesting to watch how this family has to now band together. This family, it's a son, a daughter, mother, father deal. And they have to band together to survive their area. That new area that they're in. I'm sorry, lack of better words, but this new area that they're in. And the one thing that they really do is they really keep it kind of tight knit with those 4 characters. They do introduce a couple other characters along the way, but that was pretty good. Now, it almost was going into a con that I'm watching it, I'm like, man, I don't know if I like what they're doing. It started about halfway through to be very predictable. I mean, for lack of a better word, I don't want to use basic words, but it's very predictable. It's like you see them, they run across the dinosaur, they boom, 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 hit it with something, shoot it with something, and then it goes away. And that happened a lot at the beginning of the movie. But halfway through, there's a big gut punch that all of a sudden brings the stakes back to this movie. And when that happens, oh my, it's like the air was let out of the theater. Like there was a lot of audible gasps because you don't expect it to happen. And that was very good, very good, because they do it in such a way that you just don't see it coming, and then when it hits, you're just, oh wow, oh my god, it kind of reframes everything. So that's really my pros on that. There's not a lot of carnage, or the gore score is very low in this. I mean, you see people get eaten, but you don't really see nothing from it. So if you're looking for a gore score, it's very minute, very minute. Um, there is a little blood, but it's nothing to write home about. My only con that I have for this movie is that once the big reveal happens, they kind of digest it for a minute, and it's not like they move on, but it's like once they digest it, it felt like the third act just sped through. And for me, the ending almost felt unearned, or like there was more. So that can bring the enjoyment of this movie down for some people. It didn't really for me. I still really enjoyed the movie. The third act didn't break it at all, even though I felt like they kind of rushed. They kind of like rushed from here to here to here to here to here really quickly once that third act hits. So there you have it. That is my review of The End of Oak Street. So now the verdict is I'm going to give this movie a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Be sure to go see it in theaters. I think you'll enjoy it. But if you do go, I wouldn't spend a ton of money. I would go in the afternoon, save you some money on that matinee. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Thank you for joining me for this review of The End of Oak Street. And just remember, it's movies, nightmares, no mercy. Have a good day, everyone.